Hi everyone, this is Erin from Sandpaper Road, and today I am so excited to be a part of the very first charity blog hop with Kat Scrappiness and Coffee Oasis. Now, Coffee Oasis is a coffee shop in Bremerton, Washington, who helps youth through programs for drug abuse, homelessness, violence, and poverty. And I'm going to link to the Coffee Oasis website below so you can learn more about that. But Kat Scrappiness has pledged to donate 15% of all of the proceeds from this sale during this blog hop to Coffee Oasis. So we hope that the blog hop will help bring in more donations and bring awareness to this great charity. And I thought, what better way to contribute than to use the Kat Scrappiness Let's Get Caffeinated stamp set and also the Caramel Latte Sequin pack. And so I made this wonderful card. I'm going to show you how easy it is to make, and let's get started.
So I started with a regular card base, an A2 size card base, and just added a stitched rectangle white panel inside. And then I used an embossing folder and a piece of craft cardstock and just started with the background. Embossed the craft cardstock. It was a little bit thin, which I'll talk more about later. But my thought was to create a die cut out panel. So I had a piece of burgundy cardstock and the back was sort of textured. And so I sanded it down with a little bit of a sanding block and then just used my ATG gun for the adhesive. And I adhered the two together with the thought that then I would die cut the background panel out, but it looked a little plain. So I added a strip of, I guess it's like a green, like a fern green or just a coordinating color green, holiday green. And then I die cut out the panel, and this is a label rectangle stitched panel from Creekbank Creations. And that, I really like the way that looks. When I put it against the card base, though, it seemed just a little bit plain to me. And it took me a little while to decide what I wanted to do in the back. I knew for a fact I was going to use this cute stamp set by Kat Scrappiness. Let's Get Caffeinated. And all the links to the products are on my blog post and also below. And then I also had this Caramel Latte Sequin pack that I got from Kat Scrappiness, which at first I thought I might make a shaker card, but then I decided not to make a shaker card. So while I was deciding about the background, I thought, well, at least I can get the stamping done. And so I arranged the stamp and the coffee cup stamp and then a few of the beans on my Tim Holtz stamping platform and used archival ink in, I think it's fern green for the coffee cup, and then a brown color, and I don't remember the name of the color, but I did link it over on my blog. And then I was able to stamp them both at the same time on just like a little scrap of white cardstock that I had. And then they didn't come with dies, but that's okay because they were really easy to fussy cut out. These are really great scissors, I have to say. They are actually by Creative Memories. I have had them forever, and I don't have a link or anything to them. I think you can go to Creative Memories, or if you have a demonstrator or consultant nearby. At first, I wanted to maybe use a piece of vellum, but it wasn't given the look I wanted. So I had this corrugated cardstock, and I just marked the back, just kind of where I wanted to tear it, because the way you tear cardstock matters in the edge. And if you face it towards you and then pull towards you, then you'll get that kind of that edge that I was looking for, where you see that sort of the core, you can see the core of the paper. And then I used some distress ink, just regular distress ink in black soot to ink the edges of the card base and also then of the corrugated. And I know it's kind of hard to see in the video, but I'm not just dragging it sideways. It's sort of like a downward pull, a downward and sideways pull. Some people lay it on the table, and I do that too sometimes, but sometimes I get a little carried away with the ink when I do it that way. So when I hold it, I have a little bit more of control. And I love the way that looked. Now, my cardstock, my craft cardstock was so thin that when I embossed it, it actually split the image a little bit. But I thought, well, it's not my favorite thing to happen, but I thought, well, I'll repair that with a little bit of foam tape later. So, and this is the foam tape I had on hand. It's by Creekbank Creations, and I love it because you can tear it, and also it is so sticky. I mean, it is so sticky, and it's really worth the purchase. That fixed the problem, and also later on you'll be able to see where I used a little bit more of the foam tape once I got it down to those edges. Those top edges were kind of they weren't as supported well enough like the way I wanted right there, so I just used a little bit more of that foam tape. I love that you can tear it. I didn't want to say that it was terrible, get it? But you can tear it, so I like that feature. And the card was coming along really well. It was really easy to do, simple. I like the way that background looks. And the edge just gave just a little bit of interest. And then I just used my ATG tape to put the coffee mug on the front. But I really wasn't going to struggle with that for the little coffee beans. I just used some Nuvo Deluxe adhesive for those. And I didn't mind to put them flat because I knew there was going to be more dimension on the rest of the parts of the card. So once I got those in place and I had the glue out, I thought, well, I think I'm going to use the sequins, parts of the sequin pack as, I guess, kind of like steam coming out of but I didn't want to go overboard. So I just used made dots of glue first where I wanted them. And that sort of kept me under control. I tend to go a little bit crazy. And then I'm using a jewel picker and just choosing a few of the pieces, and I'm trying to be mindful of the color placement. Some of the, and you've got to check out the sequin pack, and it is linked also over on my blog as well. Don't forget that all of the purchases made during the blog hop, which the blog hop is in effect December 7th through December 13th, I want to say, 2018. So if you're watching this out of sequence, you could still check out the products, but they will not necessarily be part of the charity donation. Kat Scrappiness is donating 15% of all the proceeds during this time to an organization called Coffee Oasis. And I just loved the way that looked. I doubled up on the sequins, and I wanted to top them off with some glossy accents because I thought it just needed a little bit more. Now, glossy accents goes on a little bit cloudy, but will dry totally clear. And that was just enough. That was just enough to catch the light. It's exactly what I wanted. But it didn't look finished to me, so I found a piece of, I guess it's gold cording, just really, really thin gold cording, and some white chiffon ribbon. And I just cut just a piece of each and then held them both in my hand at the same time. And with my hands, and I still keep thinking I've got to make just a video of just this process, but I made a double bow with my fingers, holding the ribbon in my fingers, both the little cord and the ribbon at the same time. And then once you get it nice and secure, you can pull it off your fingers and you have a really nice little bow that you can attach with some kind of glue. A glue dot works best, but I didn't really have any on hand. The only ones I had on hand were the removable kind. I need to get some more. So because of that, I thought, well, I ended up using the Nuvo Deluxe adhesive liquid glue. I did struggle with, should I put it this way or this way? I must have done that like 10 times. And then I just used the liquid glue and put a little bit down because it holds really well. Once you use that adhesive, that's probably in my top 10 just favorite products, just period. It's a really good adhesive. And this is the finished card. I love it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check in the description box below for links to all of the other information regarding Kat Scrappiness and the charity blog hop. There's a link to where you can start the blog hop. There's so many sponsors, over 30 sponsors, lots of prizes for everyone who goes through the whole hop, leaves comments. Just start the blog hop and you'll get more information. Thank you so much for stopping by. And I hope you have a great day. Don't forget to do something kind for people in need this holiday season. And I hope you enjoy the blog hop. Bye-bye.